What's up, guys? It's Ranbir here with Fitness for Quidditch. Today we're going to talk about the second important exercise that you should be doing, and that is the deadlift. And what is the deadlift? It's very straightforward. It's very simple. The deadlift is when I reach down, pick something off the ground, and I stand up with it. That's as complicated as it needs to be. Okay. So now, why should you be doing the deadlift? There's a couple of big reasons why every Quidditch player out there should also be including some type of deadlift in their training program. Okay. Number one is building strength. Again, similar to the squat, we want to build a Quidditch player that can sprint fast, is strong, and is able to be resilient to injury. All right. So deadlift is going to be another major tool in your tool belt to accomplish those three goals. Okay. Now, specifically with the deadlift, there's a couple things that I do want to mention. Number one, it is going to help you become a better sprinter. You're going to be able to sprint faster when you add the deadlift in there. All right. One of the reasons why is in a sprint, this is the major movement, right? So I am opening up my hip. And in a deadlift, what I'm doing is opening up my hips and building all of the muscles in the back of the body. And this is what's neglected for most people because you can't see it, so you ignore it. So everybody sees all this stuff in the front, and that's where we spend most of our time. But the big money makers are back here. So if you look at any strong Quidditch player, if you look at any fast, quick, resilient Quidditch player, they're going to have a big, strong back, right? All the muscles in their back, and their glutes, and their hamstrings, all of this stuff needs to be strong. Okay. Let's say you weigh about 150 pounds, and your deadlift is 150 pounds, right? And next year, you increase the strength of your deadlift to, let's say, 300 pounds, which is very doable for almost any Quidditch player. Will be able to deadlift twice their body weight. That is a great goal to shoot for. Okay. Let's say you get it up to 300. Now your body weight has remained the same, but your legs can do twice the amount of work. They're twice as strong. So that means my sprints are going to get faster because I'm carrying the same weight, but with stronger legs and a stronger core. Also, the benefits that you get from the deadlift in terms of your core is unbelievable. Other thing that happens is when you're running and you get bumped and you're taking the contact and you're dishing out contact, if this part of your body is like a pool noodle, you're not going to be able to resist those things, and you're going to be off balance. You're going to fall down. You're going to lose the quaffle. You're going to lose the bludger. All these things will happen if you don't have a strong core. And deadlift is probably one of the best ways to develop the core. All right. The number one thing when you're deadlifting, no matter which variation that you choose, is going to be having a flat back. Okay. So this is what it would look like. If at any point your back starts to round or even arch excessively, now we have a problem because we're putting all of that load, all of that weight into your spine. We don't want to do that. We want to put that weight into your legs, into your glutes, your hamstrings, okay? So this is why the number one safety thing and form thing in the deadlift is having that flat back, okay? Number two is going to be, when you're at the bottom of this deadlift, I want you to do two things. If you were in front of me, you should be able to see the top of my logo. So right now you're looking directly in front of me. You can see the top of the hippo logo here. If you saw all of it, this is no good. If you could see none of it, also no good. We want to find the sweet spot right here where you can see the top. The other thing that you're going to do is make sure that your shins are always straight up and down. So your shins are straight up and down, and you can see the top of your logo. Okay, that's number two. So number one, quick review, flat back. Number two, straight shins, show me the logo. Okay. And number three, when I stand up, I want to have a nice straight line in my body. okay? I should not have anything else. So this, any of this stuff is not good. I want to squeeze my butt hard as possible, and I want to have a straight line. One common thing that I'll see is this right here. This is also no good. You're squeezing your glutes now, but now your back's not flat anymore, right? So I want to make sure I stay here. So quick recap, we got flat back, we got show the logo, straight shins, and then number 3 is squeeze the glutes and give me a straight line in your body, okay? I highly recommend that you record yourself so you can see that if you're doing all 3 of those things, all right? So now we're going to go over a couple of variations, and again, like the squat, you want to pick the one that feels the best on your body, and you want to pick the one that you feel strong in, okay? So number 1 deadlift we got is the conventional deadlift, and it's going to look like this. The second type of deadlift that you can do is now you just widen your stance, your hands are now in between your legs, all the rules are still the same. The second type of deadlift that you can try is the kettlebell deadlift. And this is a great tool, especially if you've never lifted before, to develop your deadlift, right? And start getting comfortable with things. When I do the kettlebell deadlift, a big thing I want to make sure is that that kettlebell handle is behind my calves, okay? So I don't want it out in front of me, I want it behind. So I'll be here. All the other rules remain the same. Now, one of my favorite ways to do the deadlift is using the trap bar deadlift. This is a bar that looks like this. You stand inside of it. And now, the cool thing about the trap bar is that you don't have to worry about the bar in your way. And it's the easiest and simplest to pick up, but it still lets you put on a bunch of weight so you can get strong. All right? And rules are going to remain the same, except my handles are this way now, all right? So this is what it'll look like. Any of those variations, you're going to pick the one that feels the best. Now here's another thing that can help you get more out of your deadlift. And everybody is built differently, okay? So if you're a taller player or if you have mobility issues and you're just starting to get into strength training, if that is the case, here I have some blocks, okay? So blocks are a great tool because basically what this allows me to do. So now another thing is if you're on our journey to find the best way for us to deadlift or strength train, this is another way that you can make the deadlift feel better on your body and let you get stronger, okay? This is basically, we've got some wooden blocks here. All this is doing is raising the bar off of the ground. Every person is different, right? So some people have longer thigh bones. Some people are taller. Some people have longer torsos. You want to find which one is going to be the best for you. This might be something worth looking at and trying to see if it feels better than the other options. And you can do this, you can raise up any of the other variations. You can put the regular deadlift on blocks, can put the kettlebell on blocks, you can put the trap bar on blocks. All we're doing is raising up that bar. If you don't have blocks, that's fine. You can just put regular plates underneath, so you just take a couple of these guys, put it underneath there, and now we're doing the same thing, right? So nothing has changed here. So those are your options. Again, if you have access to a trap bar, I highly recommend that you use the trap bar for your deadlifting. It's one of the best ways to get into it. It feels the best on the body and the joints. So as always, pick the one that's best for you, that's gonna let you be the best Quidditch player that you can be. This is Ranbir from Fitness for Quidditch. If you like this information, if you thought it was helpful, please like, comment, or share. And if you have questions, do not hesitate. Send us an email, leave a comment. We will see you out there.